Hello, I'm going to talk about hardwood holly cuttings, how to take hardwood holly cuttings, but this is going to be a holly cuttings video with a difference. Here are some I prepared earlier. I did these 18 months ago, and there is a video on my channel on how I did it back then. The reason this video is going to be different is because I'm going to demonstrate what I did 18 months ago and do some more hardwood holly cuttings. But then what I'm going to do is, using my circular saw, I'm going to cut this pot off. There's 5 in here. 4 of those 5 have definitely taken. After 18 months I can see fresh new growth. Then I'm going to use a hose pipe and wash off all the soil so we can see the results 18 months later after I took these hardwood cuttings. Now, there are some important points for you to do when you're taking hardwood holly cuttings, and I'm going to cover those again in this video. But if you want to see the original video, I will link to it in the description box below. Right, what have I got? Got some loppers, I've got some snips, I've got some secateurs, I've got some rooting compound, and I've got a potato peeler. Right, interesting. Why do I need a potato peeler? Well, you're going to see. I've also got a pot of compost and a dibber. That's basically to make a hole in the compost. First thing I'm going to do is wet the compost so that it's wet prior to putting the hardwood holly cuttings inside it. So we'll go on to a spray and we'll give that a really good soak, and I'll let that soak so that the compost is pre-soaked, pre-wet. Right, I'm going to go over to a holly tree in my garden and take some branches off, and then I'll show you how to prepare and plant hardwood holly cuttings. And then we'll get back to the interesting bit, I think, which is to cut this pot off, these cuttings, and then wash the soil away so that we'll have an exposed root system. We'll be able to see exactly what it looks like after 18 months. Okay, let's go to a holly bush. Here we are in a holly bush. This is the same bush that I took those cuttings off last time. Incidentally, I did 10, 6 of them have taken, so work on a 60% success rate. How do you know whether it's hardwood? Well, it's pretty obvious. If you start at the top, you can see that's fresh, soft, new growth. And so you need to go further back down the branch, and eventually you'll come to a point where you can actually see that the wood looks slightly older, and that's how hardwood. So if you go back there, if I snip that branch off in here, I suppose ideally you would want some stiff gardening gloves for this job, but unfortunately I've left mine somewhere in the garden and I can't find them. Right, out it comes. And there's one branch there with lots of stems on it, and each one of those can be used to make a cutting. Right, let's just make it slightly easier on ourselves by taking a piece of that off, and that's the piece that we'll work on. So there's that branch that I've just taken off the bush. Now, if you were to use that as a cutting, it's got far too many leaves on it. All those leaves will be giving away moisture, so it won't have time to take. So the first thing to do is take away a lot of the vegetation. You can even cut leaves in half if you want to. That reduces the plant's ability to transpire water through its leaves. So by taking those off, you're giving the root system a better chance to get established without losing too much moisture. Right, I'm also going to take the tip off, and we'll just go to about there. So you can see there, look, I've got a little stalk with a few half leaves left on it, and that's where I cut it. Now, the thing to do next is to cut it just below where a branch was coming out. So that's there. And then what's the potato peeler for? Well, what you need to do is scar it. So basically just go down the stem just like that. So you're scarring it, and that will be where it calluses. Those calluses will eventually form roots. I know it works because I've done it half a dozen times and it always works. I'm going to remove all the leaves from about 5 or 6 leaf nodes. So there you see, there is a great cutting. And you can do as many of them as you like, but my advice is to work on a ratio of 60% success rate, because that's what I've had. Now you might be able to get a better success rate. The next thing to do is to dip that end in your hormone rooting powder. Now I've got, you already know, a tub of compost here which has already been soaked. It's well and truly soaked, and the reason I'm soaking it before I put the cutting in is because when I put the cutting in, if I were to water it after I put that in, I might wash all that rooting powder off, and I don't want to do that. So that's nicely soaked. The next thing to do is the dipper. Again, if I push that in, there'll be friction against the compost. So what I like to do is make a nice hole with a dipper and place that down so that the hormone rooting powder is still where it's needed, which is where that cut is, that callus. So there's one done, really straightforward. And if you want to see me doing that in even more detail, you can watch the original video, which is linked below. I'll probably use this as a results video for that one as well. Okay, so there it is, a hardwood holly cutting. The next thing is patience. This is 18 months later. They'll probably take at least 6 months before showing any signs of success. And during that 6 months, put them in a cool, shady place where it's not getting too much sun, it's not too hot, it's not too cold. That's been outside for 2 winters, by the way. And just wait and be patient. Even the ones that look dead can come back to life. And there's a case in point in here in this tub, because there's one there that looks dead, but it's actually sprouting from the bottom. And if I cut it, I can see it's still green. So you'd probably give up on that if you didn't know better. But look, it's still alive. That will grow. That is a successful one. But 4 out of these 5 are very successful because they've got lovely fresh new leaves on the top, and they're all lovely and green, and some of them have even had flowers on. So now we're getting to the exciting bit, which is where I use my circular saw to cut this tub off. I'm not just going to upend it and plonk it out, because that might damage the roots. I want to be much more careful than that. So I'm actually going to cut the pot off and then wash the soil off so that the roots are very gradually and carefully exposed. Right, don't try this at home. Wear safety goggles. Don't take any risks with one of these saws. If you've got any doubt, just don't do it at all. But I'm doing this for demonstration purposes, so I'll do this bit in fast forward, and then I'll come back to you when the pot's off and we can start washing the soil away. Right, let's do it. I've cut a line around the bottom, I've cut a line down the side, so in theory I should now be able to unwrap it. Let's see if it works. There we are. That is, I'll just give it a bit of a snip. I didn't go all the way through there, so I'll use my snippers there just to cut that bit of plastic. That's a root ball with 5 holly cuttings in it. One of them is dead. Whilst we're here, let me just show you what an actual dead one looks like. But I've just looked at it in a bit more detail, and I'm actually going to concentrate myself. I'm going to get hold of the camera and show you something. I've now got hold of the camera. There's the tripod. There's my wildlife pond in the distance. Right, there's a very successful one in the middle. Another one here that's got good growth on it, and one at the back there. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 5. This one looks dead, doesn't it? It really does look dead. Let's snip a bit off it. It's dry on the cross section, but look down here. Look down there at the bottom. It's green. Still green down there. I think that that might even survive. I don't know if you can hear, but there's thunder in the air behind me. That's still green. Right. So there might be 5 out of 5 in this pot successful. Right, what we're going to do now is we're going to wash the soil off. Incidentally, try and keep the weeds at bay if you possibly can. They are competition for the cuttings. Right, let me put the camera back on the tripod, and then we'll do the interesting job of washing this soil away. It's suddenly gone from very bright sunshine to very cloudy and dull, and there's lots of thunder just in the distance, so I'm going to get on with this. We could have a storm. Right, let's put the jet on. Let's get this soil washed off. Well, there we go, finished. What amazes me about these things is they have so little roots. Look at that there. I'll bring it closer. So little roots already on this one. Again, on that one, tiny amount of roots there, and yet it's a viable plant. That one was surviving off no roots, apparently. But look at this one, the most successful by far, the centre one. They've got some lovely roots. Interestingly, what I've noticed here is, despite the fact that many of the roots are supposed to come from the callus bit, in actual fact, they appear to be coming from where the leaves were before. So there is an interesting thing. They're actually coming out of the stem higher up from where the callus bit was. Now, I thought I was following best practice, doing the slicing and the callusing. But in actual fact, there are roots coming out of the callus, but the vast majority are coming from above. Can you see? Isn't that interesting? If I ever do holly cuttings again, I'm going to do 10 where I don't do a callus and 10 where I do, and do a comparison. That might be the subject of a future holly cuttings video. I'm going to sacrifice these, I don't need them, but it's been an interesting experiment. On that one there, several roots coming out of where the callus was, but also several roots coming from where the branches were. Now we understand that where branches come out, there's a concentration of hormone, so maybe that's why that's happened. You live and learn, don't you, all the time. Same is true on this one. Quite a few roots at the base where I did the exercise with a potato peeler, but also several up the stem. Interesting. How to take holly cuttings. Do you callus them with a potato peeler or don't you? What do you do? Answers on a postcard, let me know. That's interesting. I'll see you soon for some more holly cutting adventures. Bye for now.